How's it going, guys? Welcome to the channel where I'll be giving you all the hints and tricks you need to improve your game at FIFA Pro Clubs. Today I'll be giving you 5 tips to improve your performance as a manager in competitive pro clubs. So the first tip for all you potential managers is number 1, be organized. Before you even decide to open up FIFA and start playing, make sure every player is registered, make sure your lineup is complete, make sure you've submitted your lineup, make sure every player knows exactly where they're playing, when they're playing, and who they're playing. No one wants to jump into a team at 10 minutes before kickoff and the manager's unresponsive because he's busy on Facebook or Discord. So if you come across as unprofessional, disorganized, no one's going to want to play for you. Tip number 2, communication. Every manager in a competitive pro clubs league worth his salt needs to be good at communicating with his players, with managers, with league admins. No pro clubs player wants to be sitting in the lobby 5 minutes before kickoff, 5 minutes after kickoff, and not knowing what's going on, and asking questions, hey, when are we kicking off, and getting no replies. Whenever there's a delay for a kickoff, you need to communicate this with your players, whether it's 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. No one wants to sit in the lobby and kickoff's at 8 o'clock, and at 8:05, you're asking the manager, hey, when's kickoff? We're meant to be playing. When's the next game? What's going on? There's no reply from a manager because he's busy on Facebook sending abuse to some league admin, or it's no good. No one wants to play for that kind of thing. Another side of communication is outside match day. So when you're submitting your lineup and there's a change in it to the previous lineup, it's better to private message the guys that have been dropped. This will help towards a happier squad, and also they may not be dropped for poor performance. You may be rotating. Whatever the reason is, it's always best to let the player know exactly what's going on and where they stand in your plans going forward. Tip number 3, be confident, but not arrogant. There's so many pro clubs teams out there run by players who think they are God's gift to pro clubs. Now for me, I'm not the best player on my team, not even close. And everyone knows that, and I'm happy with it. But there are so many people out there that maybe they played centre back, centre mid for a team and decide, hey, I want to be a striker, I want to be top goal scorer in the league. I know I'll make my own team and I'll play up top and I'll get all the goals. This arrogant mentality, you're destined to fail. You're not going to succeed with a team where you think you are the focal point. You need to be confident if you're managing a team. No one's going to believe in you or listen to your ideas if you don't sell them, if you don't come across as, yes, I know what I'm doing, this is my vision, this is my plan, listen boys, this is what we got to do. However, there's a thin line between being confident and being arrogant. One of the key rules I have for myself is I never self-praise. Now, I'm not trying to sound all high and mighty, but it's just something I intentionally don't do because nothing irritates people more. I've played in clubs where the manager would score goals like, oh, look how great my goal was, look how brilliant I am, you're all shit, I'm excellent. No one likes that. No one wants to play for a team like that. It's different if you're not the manager and you're self-praising, then you can kind of get away with it. But if you're the boss man and you're telling everyone how great you are, not going to work. So be confident, believe in your ideas, believe in the tactical vision you have, but don't come across as a dick. Less is more. A common mistake that a lot of managers make, myself included, is that you take on too much too quickly. People start off and they're signing up to every single league that comes available, they're signing up to every tournament that's available, and before you know it, you're trying to play 7 nights a week for 7, 6, 8 games and trying to get players on every night. It's too much. It's too much. No one can play 7 nights a week. As well as that, there's a lot of admin to doing a league. You got to submit teams, you got to submit scores, you got to submit stats, you got to contact players, you got to organize team sheets. There's a lot to it. So keep it to 1 or 2 leagues, maybe 3-4 nights a week. And if you want to play more pro clubs, play for another team. You don't have to manage every team you play for. You can manage one team on, say, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then on the other nights play for another team and let someone else do all the admin for you. And for the final tip, have that little extra. There are so many managers out there, so many teams. There's not enough players to fill them all. So you need that little something extra that makes people want to play for you and not the other club. Some of these things that I would suggest is doing nice graphics. If you've got the skills, make a little mini video of the fixtures for that week. Also, taking the time to talk to players after each game is very, very important. There's so many managers out there that will have a bad game and you lose and you're like, you're shit, you play bad, we need to pass better. That's one of the things that wrecks my head playing for teams where the manager's like, come on guys, short, simple passing.
Short, simple passing.
There's a bit more to playing better than just saying short, simple passing. So pick a player and say, hey, you, left mid, stop looking for that ball down the line. Try and play an inside ball. Left back, you're pushing forward too much. Drop 10 yards. CDM, you need to watch that right hand side. There are wingers making shit over fullback. Try and give them extra support. You need to give specific instructions and players appreciate that. If you feel like the manager's actually paying attention to how they're playing. Well, that's it for today, guys. If you found any of the information useful, please leave a like. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment below and I will get back to you. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.